get myself logged in here so I can watch too. So I got to change up the drum heads on the playout kit. Last gig I noticed I broke the high tom. And these heads have been really needing a drum head change. I've been kind of lackadaisical about changing it. But today's the day because I broke a drum head. So let's check it out. Let's go through some stuff. What you'll need. Let's see if I can move this camera back here a little bit. Guys, 1 second. Let's give myself a little more view. There we go. Now we're talking. Alright guys, so changing the drum heads and some basic maintenance to the kit. So I always start with the floor tom, the biggest drum, and I work my way up. Because if you start with the small drum and you work your way down, if you started too low, by the time you get to the floor tom, it's never going to be able to produce that tone. It's just too floppy. So I always start with the floor tom and work my way up. That's what I do. Alright, so I'm not going to be changing the bottom heads, by the way. I don't play on them, so they don't really go bad, per se. They are stretched, of course, but there's no hitting of them, so they don't ever get deformed or anything like that. This one does have a little bit of a ding in it. I don't know if you can see that in the... It's got a little bit of a ding, but I don't have a replacement for it, so we're just going to go with the top head. And you might be able to see how worn it is from all the years and gigs of playing. That's definitely got some little wobble to it. So first thing you got to do, take off the drum head. Having a drill with a drum key bit is awesome. It really helps and stops from having to spin the drum key 1,000 times. So it really does help. I highly recommend you put it on a lower setting so that way it doesn't get too tight. You can actually grab it and stop it from working. So let's see if I can get these off. Just do it nicely. Let's do it real quick. That's why I love it. So let's leave that on there. And you're done. Voila. And then it can come off. Off in one piece. Alright, so here's what I do. I kind of keep it together because there's a lot of stick and dust collectings in the corners here, and it gets all over the floor, and I just vacuumed yesterday, so I don't want it all over the floor. So what I usually do is take it outside and dust it off, just drop the drum head and then dust off the rim. So I'm going to do that real quick right over here. Be right back. Actually, you know what? Let me grab my waistcoat. I'll just do it here. Grab my trash can here. Let's do it that way. That way I don't have to leave. Up. It just drops all over the place over here. Alright, here's what I mean by all the crap. Can you see all that stuff? That's what collects dust and stick clippings. Let me move that here. Just wipe that off. Go carefully because sometimes there are burrs on the rims. You don't want to get like a little splinter, especially with the metal. All right, get that cleaned off. Boy, oh boy, all the things are falling out. And you can see all the collectings there. The drum head. All right, again, look at the head. You can see how it's kind of got this indent in it. It just goes to show you how worn it is. It's been deformed. The plastic's been pushed, actually microscopically, it's been pushed to the sides. So it's real thin in here. That's why it buckles like that. So I always use 2-ply heads. We'll get to that on the small drum, you'll see that. But I always use 2-ply heads just in case it breaks. I still got that extra layer for protection until the next gig. All right, dust removed. Now's a great time to examine the inside of the drum. Make sure you check all the little screws. You got the drum open, might as well check it. All right, I always just kind of see if any are loose. Sometimes bugs will get in here. Maybe just dust out the inside if there are any, because there is an air hole in the drum, so bugs do get in here. All right, that all seems pretty good. Even just turn it over and give it a little tap out just to get all the crap out of it. And then we need our 16 drumhead. I love myself some Remo. And this will be my new Emperor Clear 16-inch. Alright, it really doesn't matter where you put the logo, but I'm kind of like a stickler when it comes to that, so I always put it where the badge is. And there's the badge, so the logo goes right there. That's just me, it really doesn't matter. But it is a little bit of a visual thing. Let me grab these guys that fell. Now is also a good time to look at your tension rods, see if they're rusted. You can clean them off. A great way of doing that is literally take some steel wool, 4 zeros, the finest grade. Put your screw on there, hold the steel wool, and just turn on the screw, and it just goes around and takes all the rust off. Mine are pretty good, so I'm just going to go with it. You can even do some oil if you want to throw some oil on it. You could do that too. We'll drop it like 3-in-1 oil. But again, I'm just going right for it because I got a show tonight and I got more lessons coming up later on, so I'm trying to just do this between lessons today. I figured you guys could all come along for the ride as we change the drum heads of the play-out kit. So who's there as I'm getting this on here? Theory, what's up, Theory? Foxy Roxy's in the house. Vice Crater. And Easton Berkey. What's up, buddy? What's up, Easton? Doing a change of the drum heads today because I broke one of them. Figured this would be a great time to change them all. Oh my God, you have a BEHS. What is that, bud? What is BEHS? I'm not sure what that means. But, alright. So we're just getting these tension rods put back into the inserts. Starting them down. There we go. Now I don't use the drill for this because I want to make sure they get started, and I like doing them to where they're finger tight so I know they're kind of at an even plane. Yes, I could put this at a much lower setting and probably get somewhat of the same result faster, but I never trusted them and I'm not going to trust them now. Alright, so what I do is I two-hand it on either side, opposite sides. That's why I love putting my drum on a stool that can spin. So either side, I start tensioning those rods a little bit. When I spin it, I go to the next two. I get them kind of roughly the same, spin it, go to the next two, get them roughly the same, spin it, next two, the same. Now I'm back to the beginning, so I'm going to just try to make it as tight as I can. And usually my right hand can do it tighter than my left hand, just because I'm a righty. So I just go around a couple of times, making sure my right hand just makes them as tight as they can go. Again, this is why I love it on a stool. I can just keep spinning it. All right. All right, so we're at finger tight. My right hand can't turn it anymore. Now you'll need your trusty drum key. And I usually just pick a spot and start from there. So I usually pick the one to my left and I hold on to it so I remember where I started if I do spin the drum. All right, so here I'm just going to do a half turn. Floor toms are very loose. So I'm going to do half turns at a time to slowly start to bring the head up. Go directly across from where I started, half turn. All right, now there are other options here. I could go back two from where I am and go across there, or I can go to the next one from my left hand. That's usually what I do. I usually just go back here and then turn this one a half turn, go directly across, half turn, directly across. Now I'm to the third one from my left hand, turn, cross, turn. You might hear some snap, crackling, and popping. That's just the extra glue in the hoop. Turn, the head's settling in. Turn. And now I'd be back to the second one I was on. So I already turned that one. I don't want to start again. So what I'll do now is I'll give it a little stretch. I'll kind of just really push on it. You can hear it snapping. Head's not breaking, it's just settling in. Because I want to get this head settled so it doesn't go out of tune when I start playing. So I'm going to go around, stretch it. I don't know if you ever saw, there's a video of Simon Phillips standing on his bass drum, jumping up and down on it, stretching out the drum head. Okay? Alright, so now it has stretched a little bit, so it's not going to be consistent to where it was. So I kind of just take a listen. They're all kind of the same. These are a little bit lower over here, so I'm going to give them a little turn. It's nowhere where I want it to be. I'm just trying to level them out. I'm tapping about an inch in from each screw, just trying to get just an idea of where they all should be, trying to hear the same pitch. They're all roughly the same. You can't be perfect. Yes, you can have a little device. I even have one here. I brought it out, dug it out. To be honest with you, I used it once or twice, and then I never used it again because I thought my ear was better. Every time because look at the freaking foam's falling apart. That's how old this thing is. So I never really use them. I just use my ear because I try to go by what sounds good. A lot of times the settings on there, it didn't sound good. Sometimes the one screw needs a little more tension. The head's not perfectly flat. It's a little bent to it, so there needs a little more tension on the one side. So it's always your ear. Now I like to keep it on the stool so that the other head is not vibrating too. Then I'm getting a deceived sound of where now I'm hearing two heads moving instead of just the one. So I want to really focus on that one head. All right, so we got it kind of roughly back into position after some stretch, and I'm going to go back around. And now I'm going to do a quarter turn. So I'm going to do a little quarter turn. Come back around, quarter turn. Keep doing my little cross star system. It's okay if it's going to be higher than where I want it to be. Again, just trying to stretch the head out. Most likely floor toms are only half a turn from being completely loose. All right, so I went the quarter turn there. Stretch it out one more time. Take a listen. All right, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but these two that are right here are higher in pitch than the others. So we have sort of an imbalance here. Foxy Roxy, thank you so much. Theory, thank you. Abhashik, hopefully I'm not butchering your name, but how long have I been doing music? 43 years. I've been playing drums for 43 years. Okay, so I can hear these two are high, and then these two, the opposite ones, are low. So it's like high, going down, low, coming back up, high, going down, low, coming back up, high. So it's kind of like in this like hourglass shape across the drum this way, the tension. So I'm going to bring the low guys up just to level it out. So he's the higher one. Let's bring the low guys up just a little bit. I'm going to do like quarter turn, maybe even less than that, eighth of a turn. See where I'm at, okay? Not bad, so I'm getting closer. Now the ones that were high, I'm going to bring them down. Just a little turn, micro turns here, guys. If you ever bring a head down in tension, stretch it. Sometimes it doesn't release over the edge of the drum, the bearing edge. Just give it a stretch. Really close, really close. You don't have to be perfect with this, guys. It's not a science of going, oh man, it's got to be like a G sharp, and forget that. You're hitting a drum with, you're hitting plastic with wood, all right? It's a little high, little stretch. I'm just trying to listen to the balance. How close can I get them? Pretty good. All right, we're there. Let's see what it sounds like with the other head and where we're at. Now that it's in tune with itself, listen to it. Minus these little guys rattling. Has a good tone. It's a good long tone. All right, let's check out the bottom head since it's been in the... Ugh, that is needing some tuning. So let's go up a little bit. Wow. That head is out. See, like I'm just doing micro turns and listen how it's coming back in tone. Okay, it's pretty close. All right, let's see what they sound like. All right, we got a big difference now. This one's a lot higher. The top head, the new top head is higher. Bottom head is much lower. So let's bring the top head down. So, again, I'm just going to pick a random screw. I'm just going to grab it. I'm going to turn it probably like a quarter turn. So just that quarter turn there. Down, go across, quarter turn, start coming back. And don't forget to stretch it. Always stretch it when it is working. Right. Now we're going to listen again. A lot lower. Just trying to get a sound of where everything is. So it's not bad, it's just means a little tweak. Okay, so these are a little low. Was low. Maybe this can come down a little bit more. It's a little too low. Now I'm just trying to get it back in tune with itself. It's a pain in the ass tuning a drum sometimes. Stretch. That stretch really brings it down a pitch. Again, we're coming back to a good sound here. If you ever have a problem with one lug and you just can't get it in tune, it's usually the guy right across from him that's the problem. He might be too high or too low. So, again, if you're having trouble with one lug, check the guy across. They work together as a team across the parts. Alright, not bad. Yeah, it's probably going to be higher than... Oh, it's a lot better. Alright, so we actually have a closer interval here of the high pitch to a low pitch. So we can take a listen to it, see what it sounds like. Sometimes you get some pitch bending. Yeah, we get that pitch bending of bow. You hear that? Bow. It bends the pitch at the end. I'm not a fan of that, but that's an effect you can get. Personally, I like both heads identical. So I'm going to bring the bottom head up a little bit, see if I can match that top head. Try to do this quick, because I got 2 more drums to get to before my lessons. If you go in equal increments, it pretty much stays in tune. Ooh, now it's too high. Right? It's too high. So, let's see if we can stretch it out a little bit. Let's see if we can match it. Well, since it's too high, let's take a listen to it just to see what that sounds like. To me, it cuts off real quick. It's like bow, bow, and it stops. So, again, not a fan of that. Let's keep working on it, see if we can get that to be the same. I'll try to bring this guy just a hair. I'm talking just a little creak of the screw. Because remember, you got 10 screws changing the drum head tension. Let's see what that did. Ooh. Real close, just a little lower. These two guys up. Alright, let's see what that sounds like. Ooh, now they're the same. Like micro off from each other. Still a little above, but I mean they're really close. Again, it's not perfect. You don't have to make this ideal, guys. It's a drum. Yeah, minus all that rattling from the stand here. Alright, standing right here, it sounds freaking amazing, so I'm going to go with that. Alright, so that drum is done. Let's get to the next one. We got our 12-inch. This one you can see has definitely seen some action. That head is shat. Take out this guy, and we're going to get this guy going here. Alright, that is off. So let's come down here so you can see this drum here. So, again, just getting the yuckies off. There's lots of that on this drum. So let me get these little dust bunnies out of there. And there are a lot of them. They seem to multiply. Yuck. Again, look at the head. See, it's shot. Definitely has all those indentations in it. Check the drum, look on the inside. Everything seems solid. Kind of just do a little swap of the drum to get any of the crap outside. Then we're going to do our 12-inch Remo Emperor Clear. Now on this drum, the way their badge is set up, it's an older style. It's sort of like on the back side of the drum, so I don't like to look at my logo down on the bottom, so I put it right where the tom mount is. So I go by the tom mount on this one. So yeah. Alright, let's see what people are saying when I'm putting this back on here. Alright, let's see. I'm back. Alright. Been doing it for 43 years. You bought a new iCentrify. You got a new Yamaha Stage custom kit. Nice. You're wondering if you should use the stock heads for drum covers or change them. Well, look, you got the freebies with the kit, so might as well use them, right? Because the stock heads are usually not very good. They're very thin heads. They're cheap. That's why they put them on there, because they can cut expenses. So I would say use them up, bang the hell out of them, and when they're all moon cratered, then just get nice heads. Yeah, they're expensive, but they're worth it. Doesn't matter what brand you get. Remo, Evans, Aquarian, Attack, whatever it might be. Just a better quality head than a starter set. Yes, of course it's going to sound better. All right. So now we are at the stage of putting these back on here. So instead of bending over, I'm just going to kneel down here. All right, so I just do finger tight. I go around again. That's why I ensure that the head's not being pulled in one direction more than the other. I just try to do it real light and even. Now this one's only a 6 lug, so less tuning pegs, tension rods, but a little more challenging sometimes to get them in perfect tune because you have less tuning rods. So that's the challenge. All right, so I'm just going around now, making everything finger tight, the tightest I can make it. All right. Okay, let me get my drum key here. Right, let's see here. So again, it's a mid-tom, so maybe like again a half turn it's going to roughly be. So half turn, snap, crackle, pop. Now back to the beginning, a little stretch. Try not to push too hard because I don't want to dent the head. I have done that in the past where I actually put a dent in the head from my pressure. So back to this. So I'm probably going to do like probably a quarter turn now. Let's see where we're at here with this. Quarter turn. Quarter turn. Going to take a listen. Actually, just do another stretch. I just heard it go. So that's just the extra glue, like I said. Kind of a little papery sound to it, so one doesn't have enough tension. Here's a little trick you can do. You can press on the center of the head, and then using the light reflection, you can see if there's any wrinkles in the head. I don't really see any. Oh, there's a little bit right up here. A little bit of wrinkles right there. So that's telling me these two guys could probably use a little more tension. So let's take a listen. Yeah, that guy right there. He needs to come up a little bit. And you can hear now the head is producing a tone. Okay, that's high. It's kind of low. So I'm going to lower this guy. He's a little high. Let's go up a little bit. Changed, much more truer tone. So high, so this is a low. It's okay if you keep going higher and higher and you don't want it this high. You're just trying to get it in tune. Alright, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I can sit here and fiddle with it, but pretty good for what I'm talking about. And I'm going to stretch it. Another stretch. Changed a lot. Just that stretching brought it down in pitch, so that's why I'm not too worried about it being too high. You can always stretch it. So too, and now it sounds a lot better. So let's stretch it again. All right, not bad for where it's at. All right, so let's check it out. Bottom head totally needs tuning. Oy, oy, oy. So I'm going to start to bring a couple of them up. You can start to hear it coming alive. Good, all right, we're kind of in the ballpark. So lower, this one's higher. So let's try to just stretch this top one out a little bit. Lower, too high. Let's take a listen. Boo boo. Bottom head needs to come up a little more. I'm not liking how that's going boo. So I'm going to do that. Bring that up a little bit. Bring up the heat. Take a listen. It's a little low. A little more now. All right. Close. Wrinkle there. So I'm seeing a little wrinkle here from, even though there's tension on the head, I'm seeing a little wrinkle right there, which is telling me that the head's not perfect. Not every head is perfect, so you gotta try to find that little happy medium between them. Try to get a little more tension there so it doesn't have that papery sound. Down a little bit, just a little bit, see if we can match. Going around here, do a little stretch. Ooh, really close. Sometimes if it's a little higher, you can give it some smacks and it'll kind of wiggle it into position. Let's stretch that one more time. Ooh, man, really close. Really close, but... has a little bit of a pitch bend because it's on the bottom end. Got some growl. It's got some growl. All right, so I'm going to leave that one. I'm going to get on to the next one, and then I might have to adjust them when I hear them. I might have to bring one up or down, just according. So let me hit the next drum here. Got one more drum. Got the little 10-incher. So this drum is the one that broke. So it's going to be the one that we need to check out. So let's see what the people are. Michael, yeah, put a piece of tape on it and take the ring out. Yeah, you can totally do that for sure. Definitely take out the ring. Foxy Roxy, thank you. You have a great rest of your day too. Hopefully you're having... Michael, no, this is a Tama Superstar from 1980. It has a serial number of 111780. Superstar. Made in Japan, 1980. That is the Shiat. Love that stuff. So, Easton Berkey, if you're still there, thank you so much. Tony Rome, what's up, buddy? What's up, Tony? No, not maple. These are birch. These are Japanese birch. So very hard to get that kind of wood anymore because this is again done in the 80s. So it was more readily available back then. Now it's all regulated. So anyway, small drum, broke the head. So you got to change it. Get the drill out. Whoop. So this was a little too tight. I got to make it a little stronger. There we go. All right, got that done. Now this one has a lot of dust bunnies in it, so gotta clean this one up. Cool. So again, let's get that out of there. Whoop, don't drop that in there. All right. Got the replacement. There's a little 10-incher. Again, Remo Emperor. Put that right where the mount is. And put that there. All right. So again, here's why I like 2-ply heads. So this first ply just got so worn that there's a crack in it. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can. There's a crack in this. Let's see if I can get it open. There we go. So there's this crack in there. So that's why I like 2-plies, is that even though I have a show I got to do, there's still that other ply underneath that is holding it together. So I can still get the show done. Best reason for 2-ply. But also they give a great tone. They make the drum sound really full. All right. So now this guy, we're going to get him rocked and rolled on here. So finger tight this guy. Let's drop this down so we can watch. I'm going to lower the seat a little bit. All right. So we got the tension rods, trying to get them in on there. So guys, don't forget, we got tonight, Wednesday, every Wednesday, 8 o'clock, Hump Day Trio, live here on YouTube, 8 o'clock. So don't forget, get that happening tonight. Let's make sure I get these on there. Yes. So that's why I'm changing the drum heads. We got the show tonight. So stop on back, 8 p.m., hit that sub and like so you're notified. 8 to midnight tonight. So rocking your Wednesdays, Hump Day Trio. All right, these are getting down there. I'm going to spin this way. Now for some reason these are tighter to turn. They start to get tight before they make contact with the rim. So I do have to use a little bit of the drum key to help with this. So I kind of just spin it down quickly until I just feel it touching the rim. Yeah, these are a little more challenging to turn with my fingers. That's why I'm doing it that way. All right, so let me see if I can turn it more with my finger. one. Again, just trying to get them to be finger tight. So we have somewhat of a starting plane. And let's go with that. Now this drum is probably going to be closer to 2 turns, 1 full turn. They're all about the same. So I'll do a half. That one needs a little more, I can tell just by the tension on it. This one's going to need more too. See how the wrinkles are here. See, I don't know if you can see that, but there's wrinkles all right here. So I want to get those out a little bit, so I'm going to do a little extra on those turns. Start that again, go across. Sides definitely need to get a little more. Alright, actually I'm just going to get it real tight and stretch it out that way. It's hard to start that one with that because some of these screws were tighter just to, my finger could turn. And if you get the drum higher than you want, you can actually hear where the difference is in the tones. That's lower. Lower, so I can bring that up just to kind of match. Lower, somewhat low. Stretch. Alright, so now we're going to start bringing it down a little bit. I'm going to do little quarter turns just to bring it into an area that sounds better for me. Alright, so I can hear these guys are lower. I got to bring them up. This one down a little bit. I like the way that one sounded, so I'm going to try to bring these guys down just a little bit to match that one. A little stretch. Pretty good. Let's tune this bottom head. I know it needs it. Actually, pretty good. Actually, pretty good. I like the way that sounded. Stretch it out a little bit. Too high, I gotta bring this down. So I'm gonna start bringing it down by like maybe little quarter micro turns, 1/8 of a turn, I'll say. If you ever tune it down, stretch it. Gotta stretch out that head. Again, consider fiddle with it. Alright, I gotta go down more. Actually, let me just hear what it sounds like. Where's my drumstick? Actually, I kind of like that one. I think I might bring the bottom head up a little bit. Oh, that was definitely loose. Oh, that sounds good. Now it's a little too high. So a little too high on that one. I'm gonna go back down. Just a micro. Get a little stretch. Boom, there we go. Now we are at the same pitch. Let's take a listen to it. Ooh, nice, I like it. Me like. All right, so let's try to compare here. All right, I'm gonna grab these other drums over here. Try not to trip and fall on this other stuff. Let's grab these guys. All right. Now, I just took these out of the cases, so I don't have any stands for them, so kind of have to hold them up to see what they sound like. So let's take a listen here. So we got the 10-inch. Hold it by the thing so it doesn't rattle. 12 and 16. 16. 12 and the 10. It could probably come up a little bit more, but I think they all have a good spread. Again, I'm not going for any special note or anything like that. I'm just going for a spread. Making sure that they're like not conflicting with each other. And they're pretty far apart from each other. Right? I'm actually thinking this could go up a little. Maybe a little more on this guy. Alright, yeah, let's do this. Let's fix him. A little low here. Alright, so let's take a listen. So high, low. Low. Alright, let's double check him. There. So this guy's going to come up. So, okay, the bottom head's still a little low. That's why it's getting that tone that I'm not liking. So we're going to bring it up a little more. Again, just micro turns. Look at this. Look at just that much. Micro turns. Let's listen. Now it went past. See, those micro turns just went too much. So try to stretch it out a little bit. So it went past it. So it's a little high. Let's see here what it sounds like. At least there's a little more of a depth tone. still playing. Alright, this one's not 100%, so I'm going to bring up this head, maybe just a micro hair, see if I can try to match that bottom head. So close. Just those micro turns, man, brought it up a whole bunch. So again, just gotta be careful. There we go. Yeah. Now, I think I'm going to go with that for tonight. So, as I play, of course, they're going to loosen up. They're going to start to settle in, and I'm going to have to do a retune, probably like next show before that. So, take them out, do a little quick retune on them, just make sure they settle in. And they sound pretty good right now. They sound really good right now. So, we'll see how it sounds tonight. So, don't forget, tonight, 8 o'clock, every Wednesday, 8 p.m. to midnight, Eastern Standard Time, Hump Day Trio, on Hump Day, every Wednesday. Rocking it out for you. Come on back, check out the new Drumheads and in action. So let's see what other people are saying here. Victor, Tony, Laura Strope, what's up? Tony, triple flange. Yes, these are triple flange tubes. Not maple. Again, they are Japanese birch. They're 1980s Tama Superstar. So from that, guys, thanks for being here. So look at that. Under an hour. Changed my drum heads. Well, not all of them. I still have the bass drum and snare drum to do, but just the top heads. It takes a while, guys. It takes a while. It's a little bit of a process. Got to like work on it. Sit there and make sure that it sounds good. Tweak it here, tweak it there. Make sure they adjust to each other. But since there is a spread between the sizes of the drums, you kind of get that natural spread in the tone. So I don't really have to sit there and go, and this is a C, and this is a G, and that's going to be a whatever, you know. I never get into all that. I just, well, what does it sound like? Low, medium, and high pitch. All right, just try to get a nice spread between them and get each drum to sound the best that it can. And to me, that is both heads being the same pitch working together. When one's moving faster than the other, then they kind of conflict. Sometimes he's moving up and he's moving down, so they cancel each other out. So sometimes you'll get that buh, buh sound where it just cuts short. It's because they're canceling each other out. In the case where that bottom head was looser, it was like giving you more of that pitch bend. Bow, bow, kind of fades away. If it's tighter, gives you that bow, bow, shorter sound. To me, the best is together, gives you the longest tone. Nice and wide open drums. I think the best tuner of the drums is Simon Phillips. And he just did a video on Rick Beato. They just did an interview and he talked all about it. So check that out. Check that out. But hey guys, that's how I tune my drums real quick. Just do a quick head change and tune them up. There's a lot more to the maintenance of them. If you have problems, you know, you might have to see somebody to help you with that. So go to a drum shop and they can help you with that if you're not really good with it. Or even with the tuning. When you go get a drum head, when I had my shop, every time you buy a drum head, it comes with a free tuning. So hopefully these drum shops out there are doing that still too. So check it out. Go get the head you need. Maybe go from their recommendations. Personally, I like the Emperors. They're 2-ply, and they are, you know, that sound I hear in my head. So that's what you got to go with, what you hear in your head. And this is what I hear. So that's why I like them. So shout out to Remo. Thank you, Remo, for the heads. And shout out to all you guys for being here. Don't forget, tonight, 8 o'clock, stop back. Say hi. Tell me you were at the drum show. Theory, I know you're here. I see you. Elizabeth, what's up? Thank you, Elizabeth. It is cedar shingles. So what I did is I took cedar shingles and I took a blowtorch and I burned the edges of each shingle, and then I did a 3-inch sawtooth pattern across for each row. So it gives it that skin, like snake skin kind of look, but it's cedar shingles. So I wanted to have that cool visual, different from my videos from other people's, right? So I figured that was it. Yeah, but thanks for asking. What genre music? It is all classic rock tonight. Everything's classic rock. Like a mixture of everything, really. There's Grateful Dead thrown in there. There's oh man, there's everybody. We do 9 Inch Nails. We do Beatles. We do some. Was that Gary Clark Jr.? I'm trying to draw from my memory, but we totally mix it up. It's everything. We're classic rock. Totally everything. Theory, thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Reese, Floating Heart. Thank you so much, Reese, for that floating heart. Really appreciate it. Guys, please don't forget tonight. Come check it out. Until then, my friends, I'll see you tonight, 8 o'clock. Be there. Be there. You better be there. And hopefully these drums will sound good. Hopefully they don't sound like crap. Well, let's listen to it one more time. One more time for the new drum heads. Let's hear it. I like that one. I like that one too. I like that one too. Boy, I like them all. All right, guys. Until tonight, 8 o'clock. Toodaloo, kangaroos. Have a great rest of your day. Stop back at 8 o'clock. I got to take this off here. 1 second. Let me spin this around. 8 o'clock. By the way, this is my studio, guys. Some of you always see me playing, but this is my studio where I teach. So I'll do lessons here with the students, or virtual. I'll use the virtual for that. Doesn't matter if it's drums or guitar. I have my guitar stuff here all set up. So we could do guitar lessons. I have my rack of drums here that are from the years. So this is the other half of my playout kit. It's just all the other drums that go to it. And this kit is the one I used to tour around with Juggling Sons. And this kit is the one that has all the pedals, those videos of all those pedals. So that's what that kit is. So I have them stored here. Over here, got my piano, my grand piano. I love this thing. It's the best. I got it with my mom. We bought it back April 4th, 1989 from Cunningham Piano. That's who we bought it from. April 4th. And been in my family ever since. So that's that. That's a cool painting I got from New Orleans with my wife when we went to visit there. I loved it since it was the kind of red drum set that I played. So I got that. And then over here is where I do all my video editing for the shorts or anything else like that. Recording, I do that over here. And that is the whole setup, the whole studio. So, yeah. Guys, thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Come on by tonight, 8 o'clock. Be there. Be square. Much love. Toodaloo, kangaroos.